Hello children, yes, we are back into our grade 5 EVS class. Yes, in chapter 6 every drop counts. Till the last class we have seen about the gut scissor and how good it looks and what are all the practices associated with gut scissor and how the children enjoyed studying there and how people collected rainwater, how all the 9 lakes are connected. All these things we saw in the last class. Okay, even about the traveler Al-Biruni also we saw in the last class, right. So now moving on to the next content of this chapter, right. So here we will discuss the activities in the textbook side by side. Okay, right. So the first one, observe and find out, they have given. So in this, it is a very interesting work for you. So they will be asking you to look at the area around your school. Now since it is not possible around your school, you can even look at the area around your home and just check out whether there are any fields, any agricultural field is there, field or farm, and whether the pakka roads are there, concrete roads, all those things are there or not, or any drains. Drain is nothing but the water will be getting onto it, not to stagnate in the road or any area around. It will be drained underground, it will be taken, it is the pathway for the water to go under the ground level. Okay. So whether these things are there or not, they are asking you to check, and also whether the area is sloping, rocky or flat. You all know what is sloping, right? This is the flat surface. The flat surface will be like this, and the slopy surface will be like this. Okay, slopy surface, right. So it will be differing in the height, flat and the slopy surface, slightly slanting it will be. So all these things we want to check, and so you want to think what will happen when in this area it is raining. Yes, now children, you would have watched the news of Mumbai. Now it is extremely flooding, Mumbai is flooding, right. So now you just think about when it is raining in your area or nearby your school, where will the rainwater go? Whether it is going into the drains or pipes or anything, or it is simply it is getting into the soil or what. So this getting into the soil is very important children, because the water which is getting into the soil, it is helping the plants to grow. Okay, and it is making the soil fertile. We learned this word fertile, no, which is making the plants to grow. So this is very important. So we are taking a lot of water from under the ground, isn't it or not? Borewell and everything. Now there is no water under the ground at all. So we should allow the water to get into the ground when it is raining. Okay, so you have to just think about all these things near your areas. Okay, right. That is your first activity. Second thing, coming back to our chapter, we all know we are reading about the state of Rajasthan, the places in Rajasthan, everything. We know that it is a very dry place, isn't it or not? Rajasthan is a very dry state, and it is only for a few days in the whole year it will rain. So what the people should do over there, they have to collect the rainwater. Even a single drop of rainwater is very important for the people in Rajasthan. That is what the lesson says, every drop counts, isn't it? Right. So now here is a picture of a house in Rajasthan. Okay, this is the ground level children, and this area represents the well. Okay, we all know the well, no? Here they have given an underground well. Okay, right. See here, this is the terrace, and when it is raining here, when the rainwater falls here, it is collected through a pipe and it is directly moving on to the well. Okay. So from the well, the person here, she is drawing the water. Okay. So every house in Rajasthan, what they are doing, they are collecting the rainwater. Dear children, collecting and saving rainwater is very essential now. Even in our home, everywhere we should collect the rainwater. Okay. In our school also we have the facilities to collect and store rainwater, right? Okay, I hope your home also will have it. If it is not there, kindly make some arrangement to collect the rainwater. Okay, right. So this is one of the example in Rajasthan. Okay. Second thing, what they are doing, we saw some words called bagdis and step wells, right? So here is a picture of your step well. Okay. So can you see that a lot of steps are there over here? So many steps, right? So this is why the well is named as a step well. Okay. Here there are some platforms and everything. The people used to go down the stair and take water, and then they can come out through the steps. Okay. This is why it is named as a step well. Can you compare the normal well? Here she is using a normal well, isn't it? Then here it is the step well. See how she is drawing water and how here the persons can take water and everything. So this is the comparison between the normal well and the step well. Okay children, right. The next thing we are going to learn about some practices the olden days people did. Okay. So now only when we are traveling, all the buses and railway stations, airports, whatever it is, we could find water bottles, isn't it or not? But in the olden days when the people are traveling, they don't find all these shops. They have to carry the water in pouches or everything. And in the olden days, there were a lot of time the people should travel along with their family. There was no development, no. So people traveled from one place to another place with all their family, animals, everything they will take, and they will move from one place to another in search of food or in search of job or anything. So what happens, there were a lot of thirsty travelers. You know what is thirsty, isn't it? The feeling of having water, right? So your throat feels very dry and you feel like drinking water. That is the meaning of the word thirsty. So there were a lot of thirsty travelers. So what people did, they built a lot of step wells. They built a lot of step wells just to help the travelers. So this is very important, no children. We have to help other people. See how good the olden days people were. But are we doing that now? We should think over, isn't it children? So now there are 3 questions for us to discuss. I will just discuss the questions with you, but you have to discuss these questions with your parents and family members, right? So the first question, if you see, have you ever faced a shortage of water in your area? You all know what is shortage, isn't it children? Since if it is not available in enough amount, it is called as a shortage. So in your area, whether have you faced any shortage of water? If yes, then what was the reason for it? Whether there was no rain, or whether we did not harvest the rainwater, we did not collect and save the rainwater, or what is the reason? Okay, that is your first one. Then talk to your grandmother or any other elderly person in your home. Grandmother, grandfather, uncle, aunt, or anybody in your home, and find out when they were of your age. So now you are in the age of your 5th standard, no? In your age, when your grandmother, grandfather, they were in your age. So you have to take them back to your age and ask them some questions. Interesting, right? Okay, first question what you have to ask, from where did they get water for the house? Maybe they would have had a well nearby or in your home itself, or some other corporation arrangements or anything, the government arrangements or a public tank or something, any arrangement, you have to find it out. Okay. Then next thing you have to ask, has there been any change for that now? So now how your house is getting water? That is your next question you have to ask, right? Then the next one, what kind of water arrangements were made for travelers? So we saw in Rajasthan they are building this beautiful step wells for the travelers and they are helping them. In your grandmother's time or grandfather's time, what it was done? Okay, right. And now what people are doing when they are traveling from one place to another? As I already told you, we used to buy water bottles, right? We are proudly saying that we are buying water bottles, but that is very, very pathetic. Okay. So these are the questions you have to discuss with your elder persons at home. Okay, right. The next one, we are going to see about some customs related to water. Yes, I will teach you the word, children, custom. Okay, this is nothing but some religious practices. Okay, some religious practices, every place it will differ. Okay, now after this we are going to learn the customs related to water. Okay, so here it's a picture of a bride. She is a bride. Do you know who is called as a bride? A newly married woman. Okay, newly married woman is called as a bride. Okay, or a person is getting married very, very soon. That girl, that woman is also called as a bride. Okay, right. Now what she is doing, she is from the place of Uttarakhand, and what she is trying to do is, she is worshipping the pond or spring near to her in-laws village. She is married to a home, no? Near to that home there is a small spring and a pond. She is praying there. Okay, and in the olden days, every newly married woman, this bride, no, they have to worship the water. Now we don't have all this springs and ponds, no. So what nowadays they are doing, you know, they are worshipping the tap. Very comical, right? They will be worshipping the water tap. Imagine somebody going and praying to the water tap. But that is true, children. It is very, very important. Water is very important. We can't even live one day without water, isn't it or not? So we have to worship water. Okay. So this is also followed in our country. Right. The next one, another interesting picture I will show you. These are some of the special vessels for storing the water, for collecting the water. Even in your home, when you are collecting water, you will have some special vessels, no? If you go and check in your kitchen, you will know. This vessel is separately given for fetching the drinking water and all those things. Like that, your home also you will have it. So here this is a copper vessel. The first picture they are showing the copper vessel, and the second picture it is the brass vessel. See how it is, right? So can you see all this sculpturing works? See, so much of things they have done, no? So this is all related to the historical artwork, stone carvings, sculpturing works and all they are doing. See children, how much importance is for water. Yes, but now what we are doing? We are wasting water, isn't it children? Is it good to waste water? Never ever we should waste water. So we have to be very, very careful in using the water. We know, no, some of us, we will keep the tap open while we are brushing the teeth. We will keep the tap open when we are washing the vessels. Are these good practices, children? No way. And people are saying the next world war will be for water. Very scary, right, children? And you are all in the right age to learn good things. So kindly learn all these good things and try to save and conserve water, children, again and again. The topic of the lesson, every drop counts. Okay, so don't waste even a single drop of water, children. Okay, right. Now here are a few discussion questions for you. I will explain the questions to you. Very easy it is, and you can try to do it. Okay, so they are asking whether near to your home or your school, whether there is a lake or well or step well. Any one thing is there? If it is there, go visit it and find out more about it. Okay, that is what they are saying. So what is the first question? How old it is? Who built it? Example, we know Gatsisar. Gatsisar was built by King Gatsi 650 years ago, isn't it or not? So like that you are going to find out how old the lake or well or step well near your home. Okay, right. The next question, what kind of buildings are around it? So if there is a lake, surrounding that lake, what kind of buildings are there? Whether any school or any industry is there or any hotel is there, like that you have to find out. Okay, right. Or simply houses, all these things you can write it, right. Okay, then next important question, whether the water is clean. First question is there, whether water is there, we have to find out. Okay, that is given at the last here. Is there any water today or it is completely dry? Okay, then if the water is clean or it is cleaned regularly or not, that is also a question here. And who all use the water? If there is water inside that lake, who are all using that water, they are asking, right. The next question, is there any festival celebrated at this place? We saw no, in Gatsisar or the lake area in Rajasthan district, when the lake or pond is filled with water, no, people will come together and celebrate it as a festival. Imagine, they are celebrating for water. If they get enough water, it is a festival for them. Then you can understand how important the water is, no, children? So these are all the points you have to find out. Okay, right. So I hope you all would have learned something out of today's class, right? Most importantly, you would have learned how to conserve water, children. That is very, very important. Okay, I hope from today you all will follow this, right? I would take it up as a promise from you. Okay, right. Thank you, children. Stay safe. Take care. Bye.